Our body's not being subjected to sickness.
So they'll still be able to get sick and all of that stuff.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to get all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, and just going into what the brother was saying about that being like our salvation, getting those laws written in our inward parts. Why? Because what does the scripture say about it? About sinning, right? Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life from Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, our Lord. So when we have the law written in our inward parts, we're not gonna be susceptible to death anymore because we're not gonna sin. Life everlasting, you see. So that's our salvation. The other nations don't get that.
Back to that Adamic state. Back to the original Adamic state.
Oh yeah, Adam-like state.
Before
the Eden state before the fall. Yeah. Right.
Okay, yeah, this is scripture backing you up. This is Psalms chapter 147 and 19.
Psalms 147 verse 19.
Oh yeah, come on.
147 and 19.
Yeah, we moved at the right path.
Right. This is Psalms chapter 147 and 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
Right.
He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Right. That's plain. Lord ain't dealing with the other nations. He ain't showed them the ways that they how they could keep themselves. He chose the Israelites, man. His heritage, his people. That's it. He ain't dealt with no other nation, man.
And it makes sense that, like, the Bible got the pictures on record. You know, every other white nation had their own record.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so why would we have, like, stuff for them, you know?
But, I mean, like, you know, the scriptures do speak briefly about the other nations because it goes into the history, like, for how we was under captivity under them. You know, things like that, because that's part of our history.
Right.
You know, and part of our disobedience to show you, you know what? This is what happened for y'all being disobedient. Y'all went under them. Mostly all scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing says, what nation has not basically afflicted us? What is that in Lamentations? Lamentations, the 3rd chapter, you can get it? No, you already got it.
Well, I got the chapter. Okay.
I'll try to find it real quick, but I want to go back to dealing with this Paul thing, right? The book of Acts 26. The book of Acts 26, verse 4. And it reads, my manner of life from my youth, which was at the first among my own nation, at Jerusalem, know all the Jews, which knew me from the beginning, if they would testify that after the most straightest section of our religion, I lived a Pharisee. You see? So Paul letting you know that, hey, those are my own nation.
Yeah.
Which we know those are the Israelites.
Yeah, because
and then if the people of my nation speak on me, and you ask of Paul, what they gonna say? Oh, he's a Pharisee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh yeah, Paul. The one that's persecuting the church. Oh, he's a Pharisee. Yeah, we know Paul. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I forget where Paul went. They was the disciples was having a discussion, like, you know, basically they was like kind of weary of Paul. They like, oh, wasn't he persecuting us all? You know what I'm saying? I don't know about him being around, but forget the one brother's name. Was it I don't know if it was Barnabas. I don't know if it was Barnabas, but one of them stuck up for him, like, nah. Basically, like, oh, he down. He preaching of Yahweh Shai. He with us. I didn't see it. You know, we hearing about it. He down with us, man. You know, because hey, Paul was a Pharisee, and Paul was true to that before he got, awakened, so to speak, through his ministry, where the Israelite corners to go preach to them. You know. Okay. All right, while you getting that, I'll read this. The book of Philippians. the book of Philippians 3 verse 5. It reads, it says, I'll start at verse 4. Though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinketh that he had whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more. Circumcised the 8th day, of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee. You see? So it's Paul letting you know right there. If y'all want to talk about the flesh, I'm the one that did it more. I was circumcised the 8th day. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm the one that did all these things.
Right.
If you want to talk about in the flesh. I want to get to you on.
I was going to say, let's talk about in the flesh, because according to those things, he would not have been able to be a Pharisee if he wasn't an Israelite. He had to come to his father's blood.
Right. Found it? Verse 6. Concerning zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. Because if you know anything, the Pharisees knew that law. They knew that law. You know what I'm saying?
They kept it like religious.
Right. Faithfully. On top of that, you mean to tell me that comes the New Testament, people like Paul and all them will come in and still be trying to teach people to do away with the law and all that? Going against the scriptures? You got to be crazy.
Yeah, be crazy.
When these men, right, and not just Paul, but I was just speaking to him, when these men knew the scriptures.
Right.
All of them.
Right. And Salakia, when you say that, I remember in Romans, I think it's Romans, when Paul said, I speak to those according to the law. You know, when he wrote Romans, he was according to the law. So, you know, how did that speak to those who are under the law? Because he always knew the law.
Well, yeah, he always knew the law, and he mentioned certain things of the law. You know, that's why a lot of times when you go into the scriptures, what it say? As it is written the Old Testament. Because that's what they had back then. That was called from the Old Testament. You know? Right.
The Ethiopian eunuch, he was sitting
Isaiah.
It says, Verse 7 it says, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach. See, so he's like, all those things, you know what, I counted all loss for Yahweh time. You know?
Right. The precept with the back of brother up. Galatians 1 and 13 and 14. For ye have heard of my conversation in time past in the Jews' religion, how that I beyond measure I persecuted the church of the Most High and wasted it, confident in the Jews' religion above many my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my father.
Right.
You know, he's showing you that, that Paul did what he did. You know, he was zealous in the law and the keeping thereof. So when Yahweh Shai came on the scene and the believers preaching repentance, you know, unto the name of Yahweh Shai, hey, he was persecuting the church, man.
Yes, he was.
Hey, the law. And he was killing it. You know? Then he came to the realization, oh, okay, we make perfect the law through faith. You know? When I fall short in, now we have a testator. Now we have a grace and mercy where I fall short. You know, so let me not go kill these people. Let me come into this grace. Because as perfect as Paul was in keeping the law, every man goes off. Every man goes off in some aspect.
Who was you to read? Galatians?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Someone got some.
Trying to find what I was doing?
No, I'm trying to find something different. I'm trying to find the one. Well, I guess I quoted it best. Where they was talking about Paul, and it was like, hey man, you just either.
I know what he's talking about. I couldn't find it though. Yeah, that was like Is this not the man that persecuted the church? He led a group of men out. I think it says into the wilderness, persecuted the church. I know exactly what he's talking about. But I can't find it.
It's in Acts 2.
That was questioning like, dang, what he doing here?
No, not Acts chapter 2.
Yeah, it's in Acts.
It's in Acts. Oh man.
I can't find it.
Right? Right? I mean, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because these scriptures are also showing me that, because I looked at it as a small thing, but to Paul, it's a serious thing because he's like, yo, listen, I upheld the law. You know, like I'm reminded of when, I think it was Thomas, I believe it was Thomas that got stoned. Stephen.
Yeah.
And the young man put his coat at his Paul's foot.
That was him.
What that was like, I don't know if y'all know, but that's like a respect and honor. Like, say me and him get in a fight, he my homie, I'll be like, yo, here, hold my coat. That's what that's like. Like, for him to put
that was the
it was
case
like,
back then, because Paul was, because remember, even at that time, Paul wasn't yet, he wasn't blind to get off that horse to do the ministry. So he was around at that time, he was around that basically, and when it happened, I forget what he was, a young man at that time, Paul? He was a young man, but he was still around at that time, so it really wasn't, somebody get this, somebody know, Paul didn't mean?
I think you're saying it didn't have like such a profound effect on Paul.
Right.
Because Paul didn't know, like he was still being trained up by Gamaliel, more than likely in the law, he was still like a Pharisee to the core. So he didn't really know about the testimony of the outside. You know?
Right, hold on, I'm finding the book of Acts.
Now, did it represent something? Yeah, probably did. Because he see what he became later.
Right here, it's the book of Acts. Right, yeah, it's in Acts 7:58. It says, I'm gonna just hit the main point to see get what you said. Acts 7:58, it says, and cast him out of the city and stoned him, and with the witness laid down their clothes at a young man's feet whose name was Saul. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon the Most High, saying, Lord Yahushua, receive my spirit. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. So it doesn't really say, the reason of Paul, the reasoning behind it, or why it was there. But who knows? Remember, Paul was still at that time, still growing up a Pharisee. So who knows if it affected him like that? But remember, they was persecuting the church. Even Stephen being persecuted, right, was still something like of the church being persecuted. And Stephen was still a man of the Lord.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like Paul, it don't say like Paul try to help him out or anything. It just said Paul was like right there, just like, it doesn't really give us that count of how Paul took it, so to speak.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
So I shouldn't read too much into it.
Yeah, because it really don't say how he took it, so to speak. That might be more something where we would have to go look and dig into history more into it in the history, but it still doesn't say the full count, the whole aspect of that biblically.
Right.
So that's not really too far. You don't really want to, go out.
I mean, when I hear the situation and read the scripture about it, if anything, it kind of represents how some people might hear the word. You know what I'm saying? Because Stephen said he was talking about Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? When they stoned him. But Paul didn't convert right then. Paul didn't convert till later when he got knocked off the horse. So it can represent. Yeah, you got that account too. So it can kind of represent how some people hear the truth and they may not register right then, but then later on they get converted. You know what I'm saying? I represent that.
We don't know when somebody's going to get it.
Exactly. You never know, man. You plant one plant the seed, another man water it, but it's the Most High that gives the increase. So that could be representative of that situation. Represent something like that.
So I got the account of what he's talking about. This is in Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9. Right, Acts still yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of his letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them down unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed and came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined around about him, there shined round about him a light from heaven, and he fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Yahweh whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he trembling and astonished said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do. You know, going into how Saul was persecuting all the disciples of Yahweh, you know, persecuting all the disciples.
Yeah, it said he left out threatening, and he was angry, man. He was ready to go kill some people. Right. Yahweh was like, look, I'm sick of this dude, man. He knocked him off the horse. Look, nigga. We're messing with the wrong one now.
Right. This is your new mission now.
Right.
Okay. Right. Your mission is to go, what's that, Galatians 2 and 7? Galatians 2 and 7, I believe. See? I'm here. I'll check it out here. That's right. Yup. Book of Galatians 2 verse 7. But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the circumcision was committed unto me as the gospel of the circumcision, Salakia, I know I messed it up. But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, give me Romans 2:25, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Peter, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me towards the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. But now you got to ask yourself, well, who is the uncircumcision and who is the uncircumcision? Or, yeah, who is the circumcision and who's the uncircumcision? Who's the circumcision? Or anybody that got the answers, who's the circumcision? The ones that are circumcision.
That's the Israelite?
Which one?
I would say the Jews that was what do they call them? Hellenists?
No, who's let them? Who's going to say?
The kingdom of Judah?
Right, you're on the right track.
I thought you were about to say it.
Yeah, he was about to, yeah. All right, well, the ones that are circumcision are the Jews that were in the Holy Land keeping the law.
In the Holy Land keeping the law.
Right, they were, yeah. Remember, Judah was still in their land.
Right.
The ones that are uncircumcision
Are the ones outside of the land. Right.
Read it.
Romans 2:25.
Now this is about to explain it.
For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law.
Romans 2:25.
But if thou be...
No, I was going to say, I was waiting for him.
Good.
Yeah.
Romans 2:25. For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
Right.
Read it again.
Yeah. Romans 2:25. For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law.
Thou keep the law, right?
But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
No.
Yeah, so you break one law, you broke them all.
The ones that was keeping the law were considered circumcised, the ones that are circumcision, and the ones that weren't, the Israelite foreigners was considered the ones that are uncircumcision. Because they looked at them like, they looked at the Israelite foreigners as heathens. Yep. They're like, you know what? They're not keeping the law. They're not in the Holy Land. They're not keeping the Sabbath days.
Right.
They, some of them wasn't having their
they
beards.
worship another
some
God.
of them had bald heads.
Yep.
Some of them was into that spiritual idolatry.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh man, no, y'all breaking the law.
Yep, you know? They were just as much heathens as the other ones.
And that was the big the controversy and the arguments, and that's what they were about, man.
Yep.
You know, dealing with Peter and Paul and the uproars, they like, man, y'all bringing heathens into the temple.
which they know they were Israelites, but they still consider them heathens by their ways,
By the behavior.
by their behavior.
Yep. What Paul was going into right there was you become just like them when you break the law. Now all this law you boasting in your circumcision, it become uncircumcision to you because you do the breaking of the law. So what's the difference between you and these Gentiles if you breaking the law? Yeah, you keeping that law, but you going off over here. So now you might as well be a heathen.
No, go ahead, bro.
You might as well be a heathen now.
It's almost like they were saying, well, I'm a Jew, so I can do what I want.
Basically.
And Paul is like, no.
Themselves in their own eyes because they was keeping the customs. So they was shutting up the kingdom of heaven to the Gentiles, to the true the Israelite foreigners who by birthright deserve to be let in if they repent, you know. So they was like, no, man, we've been going our whole life keeping the law. We know we Israelites. I got circumcised the 8th day. You know, I don't eat this. I don't do that. You know, but so these niggas ain't allowed in. You know, but the Most High said no, they can come back.
That's why Peter was sent on to Cornelius.
Right.
Tell him Cornelius what he should do.
Yeah, what does the scripture say? Call not that unclean, which I have called clean. I'm talking about a man. Call no man unclean. No Israelite man.
Common or unclean. Yeah.
Right. Because I heard arguments about that passage, and it was like, that's not talking about pork and food. That's talking about people.
But another scripture say, who can get a clean thing from an unclean thing? Not one.
Right.
Let me read this. The book of Matthew 23. Check this out, right? The book of Matthew 23, verse, start at 1. It says, Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, and that observe and do, but do not after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. See that?
They was being hypocritical.
Being hypocrites.
You know, yeah, they was keeping a majority of the law, but they know they needed mercy when they was breaking it. But they wasn't having mercy unto the true Israelite foreigners that was being welcomed back in through the Spirit of the Lord.
Through faith. Yep.
Through faith. You know? So they was trying to shut up the kingdom of heaven against them. You know? They wasn't trying to let them back in.
Oh, they was trying to
while they was still
out.
going off,
Okay.
you know, they was justifying themselves in their flesh. Yeah, man, you know, I'm a Israelite. I keep the law. You know, they know they was going off. So yeah, they was being hypocrites. They was teaching the law, but they wasn't keeping the whole law. That's why I said, do what they tell you. Because they sit in Moses' seat. They got the law down pat. They can teach it to you.
Right.
But it also said what? You are like white as sepulchres. Outside you are beautiful. Inside you full of dead men's bones.
Look at this.
Between the outside of the inside of the dish as well as the outside, man. Go ahead.
The book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. The book of Hebrews 4, verse 2. It said, For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. See? So, you know, going into this, right? The word was preached unto them, but it did not profit them. The Bible, a lot of them didn't even believe in how it died. A lot of them didn't believe. See? But those Israelite foreigners, once they heard the word, they're like, oh, we believe this is true. Yahushua is the Messiah. We believe this gospel. And it was getting brought back in. You know, same with Cornelius. Right. Yeah. Cornelius heard the word. I'm still holding that scripture. Oh. Okay. We'll get to it. We can get to it. Oh, I want to get to them his first. Cornelius heard the word. Oh, okay. You know, I believe. But it says what? Him and his whole house. They all believe, man. And they received that gift through the Holy Spirit, which is why they were able to speak in different languages. Just like the different disciples in that scripture. All right,
Yeah, it's going to start at Romans 1. So right now we're going to briefly switch to these different chapters in the New Testament, dealing with how people say, well, what about the letter that was written to the Romans? What about the letter that was written to the Ephesians or Corinthians? We're going to prove that these are Israelites. Romans 1.
Romans 1:1.
Yeah.
Paul, a servant of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of the Most High, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scripture.
Jump to 7.
Romans 1:7. To all that be in Rome, beloved of the Most High.
To all that be in Rome. So now what they do is when they hear that all, they say, well, it says all that be in Rome. It's saying to everybody. But when you write a letter to someone, you're specifically speaking to those people. If you my uncle, or y'all my uncles, and I write letters to y'all, right? And your neighbor come to your mailbox and take your letter and read it and say, whoa, shit, his nephew is talking very great of me. Meaning he inserted himself in that letter. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are doing. The Edomites are inserting themselves in our letter saying, okay, well, this all means everyone. You see, if I say, every uncle, I love you, and everyone in a household, I hope to come see you soon. The neighbor grab the letter and say, well, shit, he mean us too.
Man, I got a loving ass nephew, man. I didn't even know I had a nephew in Chicago, man. He coming down next week. Yeah. I'm ready to meet this nephew. He talking about taking me and the kid to Disneyland, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a new nickname apparently. Apparently now my name Michael or something. But hey, either way, I got a nephew. Hey, man, that's cool. That's cool. That's what that's like. But you know what? It even says right here, beloved of the Most High. Jacob have I loved.
Right.
But Esau have I hated, man. Who's beloved of the Most High? We can trace the Romans back to the Idumeans. So how we gonna say that he don't love no Idumeans? We know that. Beloved of the Most High in Rome. That's Jacob all day, man.
All day long.
All day.
All day long.
And there's some more on that. Go ahead.
So all that be in Rome, beloved of the Most High,
right?
Called to be saints.
Called to be who?
Called to be
Saints. We already know who we just read who the saints are.
The saints is Israelites.
There you go. There you go.
Grace to you and peace from the Most High, our Father, and the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
That's it. That's who the letter is written to.
It's that simple.
That's simple. You see, but when we start dealing with the Bible, now everyone has no reading comprehension. All the other books, they got the reading comprehension. So I know what that means. Okay, I got the context. Okay, that's talking about this. Da-da-da. When we get to the Bible, that don't mean that.
Oh, y'all that ain't what that means.
Yeah. Right.
Y'all cherry picking now, y'all. Read the context, brother.
But they don't even read the Bible in the church. They have the pastor doing all the reading.
They'll usually put it up on the screen.
Right.
And we're going to be reading from there.
Then he got the one scripture and then like the 10 bullet points.
Yeah, making motivational.
The bullet point flash across the screen. Yes. The covenant for everybody. Everybody can be saved.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Next one.
Everybody just doing everything.
Great.
Corinthians.
So we know that this all that being Rome was all, he was speaking of all the Israelites.
First Corinthians 1:1.
Yup.
Paul, called to be an apostle of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, through the will of the Most High, and Sosthenes, our brother, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth,
Right.
to them that are sanctified in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Right now, this is in Greece. Right? So when people be like, it's talking about the Greeks and Greece, well, it's right. To the Israelites, it's all up in Greece. We up all over the place, man. As it says that we were scattered.
Yeah, the scripture didn't even tell you what that Deuteronomy
28:64
or 7, where it says you are a holy nation above all other nations.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be sanctified?
Right, holy.
To be made holy.
Set
The
apart.
Israelites are holy, not the
Right.
other nations.
Right.
We're above all nations.
Yep.
So it says,
Deuteronomy 7:6.
unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, called to be saints. With all that in every place call upon the name of Yahweh Shai, and Mashiach our Lord, both theirs and ours. But it's all going into the saints of the Most High, the holy people, those that are sanctified. The Israelites.
The Israelites. Let's get the next letter.